All right, everybody. Sister Wives. I mean, the greatest show on television. Does this show, I mean, it takes you from, narcissist, child trauma, divorce. Is it good? Is it bad? Polygamy. We're done with polygamy. Mary's holding on to polygamy. I mean, we got it all. Season 18, episode 9 of Sister Wives, Battle Lines Are Drawn, was the title of last night's episode. Season 18 is so juicy. Now, look, last night there's always 3 major scenes in every episode. And I will say the chatter online is rather boring about this week's episode, okay? A lot of people say Garrison, every week on the Sarah Fraser Show here on my pod. I do these recaps of Sister Wives and we pick a winner. Now, last night's winner was Garrison, hands down, okay? Garrison, one of the children, of course, of Kody and of Janelle, her son. You can tell because they all kind of look alike, to some degree. And he really spoke up about the trauma they're going through, Robin getting involved. We learned more about those text message exchange. It was all really good. But people don't have a lot to say about last night's episode. There weren't a lot of theories. There weren't a lot of times people kind of go back and connect the dots of past episodes. There wasn't a ton of that. A lot of people felt like last night's episode was really sad, actually, because we saw a lot of the Brown kids, Janelle and Christine's, talk about their estrangement from Kody. And then, of course, we did have a big famous line last night from Kody himself, which isn't funny. It's not funny. I'm a bitch. It's not funny, but this man he lacks such self-awareness. It's quite shocking to see on television, where he literally says about Christine and Janelle's kids, I want nothing to do with them. I don't want anything to do with them. They can never contact me again. This is, of course, after he alleges that the boys blocked him, Gabe and Garrison, who are both very emotional, by the way, about not having their dad so much in their life. So let's break down the 3 big scenes. And then I'll tell you, people have been calling for this show to be canceled for a while now, especially because they don't participate in polygamy. It's not going to be canceled because Kody is actively seeking other sister wives. And there's a huge rumor out last week. I'm going to address this on Wednesday because that's when I get into TLC talk. That, there's apparently he is dating a new woman. And, Robin loves polygamy. Robin's like breaking down in all these episodes, not, I think, because she's very close to any of the women, except for maybe Mary. Robin's breaking down because she loves the idea, and she says it over and over again, of a polygamous family. She wants a polygamous family where, I'm sure, because she wants someone to take Kody off her hands like one night a week. I think she's pretty crazy about Kody, but I think she wants a break like once a week. So anyhow, it's not going to be canceled. They are seeking other sister wives. They're going to on the next seasons. There have been rumors, and I do think to some degree they're true, that they're going to test a Janelle Christine spinoff, but I think this show is ultimately stronger together, and I think they can stretch and get a couple more seasons out of, even if the families are divided, what the sister wives are doing, what's Kody doing. And now last night, right, we sort of introduced, will the kids become a bigger factor in this show and talk about being basically the products of now divorce and also polygamy? Is good. It's good, y'all. So 3 big scenes from last night. The dinner scene over at Garrison's house. We know that he's moving in with Gwen and Gabe. They're all going to live. He's purchased a house. So he has Christine and Janelle over. Christine cooks dinner for everybody. The other big scene which I think is interesting, right, is maybe setting up the next generation of sister wives. Not that any of the kids participate in polygamy, which that goes to show you how successful they think polygamy is. But Savannah and Brianna. Now, Savannah is Janelle's daughter. Brianna is Kody and Robin's daughter. They go to the same college. They never interact. Big scene. Big revealing scene for a lot of reasons. And then, of course, the ex-anniversary party where Christine is whooping it up with her friends. It's the ex-anniversary of her leaving Kody, or when they first got together as sister wives. I couldn't understand it because she celebrates like 18 things of separation from him. Like the day she decided to leave, the hour, she's on like 18 celebrations. So those were the three big moments of the night. I mean, this totally should have been titled, polygamy divorce drama instead of battle lines are drawn, but I get why, right? Kody drew the line in the sand. He doesn't really want anything to do with his kids or anything to do with Janelle and Christine, which is kind of crazy because at this point, we don't know that he and Janelle are completely toast. We have an idea, but last week they went on this episode, they went on this date, which supposedly was so hot and heavy, they quit filming at one point. All right, so let's start with the Brianna Savannah scene because a lot of people have a lot of things to say about this. First of all, the biggest thing I have to say about this is Brianna is a complete spitting image of Robin. Looks like Robin, speaks like Robin, cries like Robin, use the same terminology as Robin. That's when I did think, oh boy. I mean, we really have separation of church and state here. I mean, Robin has talked a lot to that girl because she paints it about how hurt she is by the other sister wives' families, just like Robin does. I mean, it was kind of crazy. They don't speak, Savannah has nothing to do with Brianna. They talk for like a moment or whatever, but Savannah is on the team of like blaming Robin and Kody and how they live completely separately. And Kody treated Robin and his kids with Robin and Robin's children from prior marriage totally different. Okay. So what's shocking about this is probably it's one of the first times you're beginning to see the same division, at least on TV, that you've seen like Christine Brown say about she wants nothing to do with Mary and Robin, right? She said that last season 17. She's like, you know what? I'm good. I don't need any contact from you guys. And she hasn't had any, it's been over a year probably or 6 months since they filmed that. And now it's been going on 2 years. She's probably had no contact with Robin or Mary. So, but Christine acts shocked that this is where Savannah and Brianna are at. She acts totally surprised, can't believe it. And then we go into the dinner scene at Garrison's. Now, people are praising Garrison left and right, which I did think he did a very good job. Garrison says, like, I'm not even emotionally mature enough to really sit down and talk to Kody and Robin about the division that they've created in this family, how Kody has picked a family over everybody else, has made us feel this way, yada, yada. Okay. And I thought that was great. Then a little to the end, Garrison got a little annoying with trying to didn't want to let Savannah talk, wanted to end the conversation. And Christine was like, well, it's your house. It's like, well, these are still your fucking moms. Okay. If they want to continue it going, like, let's have a little respect here for our parents. He was like, I don't know. He got a little annoying to me at the end. I'm just going to be honest. But, they all talk about Gwen comes in at one point. Gwen says that, Kody has made his bed essentially and Robin. And they get into more detail about this famous text, Christmas gift exchange that went south. We've never seen the text messages. That's a little annoying. Did it really happen? Show me the text messages. Show me what Robin did that was so outrageous and selfish. Instead, they just describe it. Okay. Now, I don't think that I certainly don't think Gwen, I don't think the kids would go along with making something up. I just feel like they're too real on their Patreons, on their, YouTube subscription sites. So I'm sure the texts are out there. I just don't understand how we're not getting any screen grabs of them. Robin's kids initiated the whole thing. Let's do our Secret Santa exchange or our Christmas exchange where they all choose a name. They all get a gift. And then Garrison and Gwen and Savannah a little bit. And Gabe is there. Gabe is so emotional about this whole thing, about not having contact with his dad. It's so upsetting. You can see it, how, distraught he is. And they essentially say that, the kid's like, oh, Robin's family wanted to do it over Zoom. Okay. And Gwen and the other kids were like, well, that kind of defeats the purpose. Like, we don't want to do it over Zoom. Fucking COVID's like so. I mean, I don't even know anyone that's talking about COVID, except for once in a while you get a text from someone that goes, oh, by the way, I got COVID. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I'll see you in a few days, right? Or can we still get together outside? I don't even know. I don't care. Nobody cares. Like Kody and Robin are just using that. Everybody knows at this point as an excuse to not get together with people. So that's where it starts to go south over this whole COVID thing. Still in the era of 2022, they did not want to get together. They wanted to do it over Zoom. And then it just goes south from there. The kids don't want to do that. So let's not do it. And then, again, then they feature Brianna and Aurora in the testimonial saying, well, we then learned that those families were doing their own Christmases and we weren't invited. I don't know. They don't really respond to that. They don't. I think that's actually correct, right? Janelle and Christine's kids, they all go and they have their own Christmas. And I don't believe Robin and Kody were invited or their kids. You see the emotional toll that divorce takes, which is ironic because then in the next scene with the ex-anniversary party, Christine is like basically telling the world, get divorced. It's the greatest thing you can ever do. It's fabulous. And of course, she wasn't ever really married. So to me, it's like, it's very easy for you to walk away. You don't have all the entanglement of, they were involved with some properties and finance together, but it ain't like an actual real divorce. So, it's easy when you don't have anything on paper, you can really walk out. But I think what is interesting about this episode is you see how devastating this divorce and separation has been, how COVID changed everything, but really didn't, because if it's this bad, all that was brewing long, long, long before COVID, right? We all know that. So, I thought it was interesting to hear from the kids, quite honestly, their perspective, which is, very similar to their moms for the most part. I always want to hear more from the quietest person in the room, which is Janelle. Janelle seems the most pragmatic to me, honestly, in this whole show. But we don't hear a lot from her. She seems like the quiet observer, which is also what happens at the ex-anniversary party. So the kids they set the scene, okay? But they also set the scene for hope, right? Gwen says, I miss Aurora. Garrison says they're always welcome back. They're always, welcome. We want to, figure something out with the kids. I miss them, So we know McKelty is sort of the olive branch. Christine's daughter, who remains very close with Robin. Robin was on Zoom while McKelty was giving birth to her twins. Apparently, Robin and Tony are tight. Now, don't you want to hear more about that friendship? I do. And I told you all at that paint night party, like 2 episodes ago with Christine, Christine does not like Tony. She does not like Tony. And that is exactly why, because he is tight with Rob Dog and she wants nothing to do with them. So I guarantee it is very hard for Christine. A lot of people are also calling last night fake, staged. They hate that it's like not getting into the real dynamics. This dynamic is so hard to figure out. This is like fucking working for an IBM office. There's so many employees in this show. You know what I mean? It's like, you can't keep up with the drama. Who hates who? What team am I supposed to be aligned with? I don't know. Lastly, okay, wait, let me thank a couple of sponsors. Oh my God, you guys, I love you. Thank you for frequenting my sponsors. I know it can be a lot, but they're amazing. Little Spoon is one of them. You guys, Little Spoon is a food delivery service for your children. Food is delivered to your house. You actually get to pick, by the way, the meals that you want. The best part about Little Spoon, they have meal options from babies all the way up to your 9, 10-year-old. That's right. Baby blends are their fresh, organic baby food from single ingredients to multi-textured purees. They're biteables or transition to table finger foods, plates, lunch, or snacks, and they have smoothies, which KJ absolutely loves. Did I mention it all comes right to your door? So flexible, so easy. Everything stores right in the fridge and freezer. I love ours. Like I said, I'm a Little Spoon user. They sent me a box and then I ended up customizing what KJ likes, which is mostly their mac and cheese, their smoothies, and chicken nuggets. The price is right. The quality is unmatched. I love it for my KJ. You're going to love it for your kids. And it's the perfect gift as we head into the holiday season from the grandparents. A win-win-win for everybody in the fam. Make this year's chaos a little more manageable with the time-saving, delicious, and healthy meals and snacks that kids will love. Go to littlespoon.com/TSFS. enter my code TSFS at checkout to get 30% off your first Little Spoon order. That's littlespoon.com/TSFS. Enter our code TSFS for 30% off at checkout. Dame. We go from that to how did you get your kids? Probably with sex toys. Dame is known for their fantastic sex toys, their lube cleaners, their massage candles, and more. Go to dame.com, use the promo code TSFS to get 15% off. I love Dame. I've been working with them on and off for years. They sent me their whole line of vibrators from their Ava, which comes in a beautiful ice color. And I love their vibrators because they last a really long time. They're super easy to clean and maintain. The battery life is like off the charts, exceptional. Thank you. They look great in their partner play. Like nobody hates a vibrator. Buy one today. Dame.com. Use promo code TSFS to get 15% off. All right. Final scene. The ex-anniversary party. Christine goes, I'm getting together with my girlfriends, including Janelle. I'm going to introduce her to all my girlfriends. And we're going to celebrate my ex-anniversary of like ever getting, like leaving Kody. The day I decided to leave was the best of my life. I mean, I have a hard time like following the timeline. I don't know if she's celebrating like the day. I think she's celebrating the day, the moment that she like walked out on his ass when he was like, I'm not attracted to you. And she's like, bye. Finally did it. Get it, queen. So I guess it's like a divorce / ex-anniversary party / reason to get together. And I mean, it's epic the way she talks about Kody. It's epic. He calls her during the dinner. She's like, I couldn't care less. Like, what's this fucking ghost up to? Like, why is his ass calling me? Like I mean, oh, you got 6 kids together. Like, I think, truly was spending the night there. I mean, anyway, she gets together with her girlfriends. And then, of course, like I do believe this obviously was prompted by producers. They're like, all right, Christine, like, or the friends, they're like, ask some questions. Tell us tell us about Kody. Like, are you all sister wives? Like, how does it work? Where do you sleep? Like who uses the bathroom? Christine gives them all the dirt. But I think Janelle is completely uncomfortable this entire time. Now, she says on the podcast, she's not on the podcast, on the show. She needs to be on my podcast. She says on the show, because one of the women that's in the friend group goes, are you uncomfortable with this, Christine? No, Kody and I aren't in a great place, so I don't mind. I don't buy it. She seemed very disturbed by Christine basically talking about what a loser Kody was and how she couldn't wait to leave. And he's the worst thing ever. So, anyway, she just kind of hangs out there. She doesn't say much. And the ex-anniversary party, I think, is epic. And then Christine, they go to the confessional and Christine's like, I love divorce. I'm advocating for it. If you're thinking about it, yes, do it. It's the greatest thing ever. I mean, I appreciate a woman who believes in her convictions, even if I disagree with them. I'm like, girl, I don't think it's that easy. You were not technically married. Okay. But I get the euphoria she feels. And she's right. You're going to be miserable one way or the other. You're miserable if you stay. You'll be less miserable probably if you leave, but it will be hard. It's hard to stay. It's hard to go. And the way she celebrates is really epic, but I don't think Janelle loved it. Then I love when Kody basically talks about, how he's been married to 4 women and he knows that everything is a test. Basically when because Christine is like trash talking him at this ex-anniversary party. And then producers are going back and telling Kody what she said, right? Or showing her the clips and he's reacting. And he basically wants Christine to keep his name out her mouth and Robin's too, right? But that's not the way it goes when you're on a reality show. And then that scene transitions into a lot, right? Kody basically saying that he's been with these women. He knows everything is a test. Janelle has a hysterical line about how most men fail at polygamy, because they're not supposed to have a favorite wife. And of course, Kody goes, well, it comes down to loyalty. Who's loyal to me? Insinuating that Robin's the only one. And Janelle goes, yeah, they're not supposed to have a favorite wife. They're not supposed to stay at one wife's house, more than the other. But, like most men, they fail. It's such a good line. And then we sort of see at the end, Mykelti as this olive branch for the family. I love the way they're setting this up. It's almost like a lot of pressure on Mykelti and Tony. Can they bridge the gap? Can they bring the kids maybe back together? Because the bombshell, too, of this Robin text message thing for Christmas is that apparently when it all falls apart, that they're not going to do a gift exchange in person, Robin tells Mykelti, tell the kids we don't want anything to do with them. That's supposedly where it's at. And, look, the preview is so good of what's still to come on this season. They do almost like a mid-season what's coming up. It's really, really good. I can't wait to see how it's, I can't wait to see if we get the wedding as the finale. Are they rushing right now to edit Christine and David Woolley's wedding? Are we going to see it? I don't know. But I did think last night showed everybody as a result of the divorce, right? It showed Christine being euphoric, the mom wanting to leave. It saw the kids, how devastated they are emotionally. They had this dad. Now he's not having a lot to do with them, everything. And then also, why is this family that's now been on TV eating Cool Whip? Cool Whip is the nastiest shit. When they had the key lime pie at Garrison's house and they bring out the Cool Whip, so gross. Ugh. God, so disgusting. Ugh. It's like eating Twinkies. Who still does that? Gross. No, it's not even real anything. It's not even real whip. Oh, and then we did see a little bit more of Mary. Poor Mary. Mary is holding out hope. This woman, I don't know how she's going to understand the word no. But we see, coming up in the season, she's like, I just want you to know, Kody, this isn't a betrayal. I'm not leaving because I still have hope. And he's literally telling her to her face, girl, I will never fuck you again. I ain't sleeping with you in the barn dominium. I don't want nothing to do with you except for it looks good if you stick around from this idea of polygamy. She ain't getting it. She moved out of that carriage house, though. Thank God she's got that friend Jen and the husband Sean there. Thank God she's got them for friends. But Mary is. She's got a lot of Mel Robbins now, too. She's on TikTok all the time repeating Mel Robbins. So I think she's in a better place. Anyway, last night was back to, but I do think it set the scene for, are the kids going to be a bigger part of the show? The devastations of divorce and polygamy. And the mistakes that they made, living this polygamous life in public. All right, what'd you guys think? You can always find me on social media at the Sarah Fraser Show, on TikTok, Reddit. And, by the way, what was I going to say to you guys? Oh, well, Wednesday, tons of speculation about why Gwendolyn Brown wasn't at Christine and David Woolley's wedding. It's gone wild on the internet. And a lot of people hitting me up. Is it true? Is this new woman, I'll tell you her name, is she Kody Brown's new girlfriend? We got a lot to get to. All right. Bye, everybody.